the wrong button. Welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. Today is November 25th, 2024. And let me just raise the volume here. I realized on the other video I did, my mic volume was a little low. So let's raise up a little bit. Let's go through OBS here. And I am going to increase the mic volume. Okay. Let's see. Come on now. All right. Yeah. All right. Sounds better. Anyhow, um, so I am going to play some videos. All right. So instead of me uploading, a few videos, because again, um, YouTube has limit my video uploads. Again, it's their way of trying to silence me or trying to delay certain videos from being uploaded. I figure, you know what? I'll just combine all the videos uh, into one, and you know, during the afternoon and the night, then I can upload them individually. That way, you know, I'm not hitting this limit in terms of daily video uploads. Right. So let's begin. First, I want to play this video, and I think what I'm going to do sometimes is um, play you guys a video that shows exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said, it's not just about saying these things, but actually showing you these things. Okay, as the song says, you wake up to the reality, right? You wake up that you're living in the matrix, and the matrix is the society in which you live in which those with power and authority will abuse their power and authority. They will lie, deceive, manipulate the masses. They will program you. Okay. It's a programming, right? That is embedded in your subconscious for a lot of people, particularly if you're black. Okay. And that programming is to do what? Is to stop you from waking up to the truth, from waking up to reality. Okay. All right. So let's begin. This is another channel I subscribe to. It's called US Corrupt Cops. Okay. Video just uploaded. And again, copyright use. Okay, so his car got stopped because part of his no, I think his license plate probably just got the car. You know, some states they issue this temporary plate in the form of this paper, and they put it in the back window of the car. Others will give you a hard paper temporary license that you can put in the license plate section. You know, it varies state to state, right? And so apparently he had his license on the back window of the car. Then he gets pulled over by this trooper, and it's a pretty long video, so I don't want to get into uh, showing you guys too much of it. But I watched it, and I'm just give you guys an explanation. So you in the video you'll see him give the cop his license. Okay. So again, they lie, right? You hear him say, "I got the registration." He's going to give the cop the registration as well as his license. Okay. Now again, he just got the car. All right. Let's skip this stuff. Um, this is skip that. See where the license plate is at? Right up there. Okay. All right. So they're gonna go through all of this stuff here. We're not interested in that. So they put him in hang. Wait. Let me see. Where is the section where you see him give the officer his license. See, license right there in his head, in his wallet. You can see it. All right. There you go. Okay. Now he's wrong for that. No question about it. Okay. But what the officer did is really telling about what these cops would do. And again, this is a traffic violation, right? And what this cop is going to do, look, hands him license plate. You see that? Again, issue him a traffic citation, whatever. That would be the proper thing to do. And say, hey, you need to get this taken care of. So, number of days. I mean, I've had it happen to me, right? Where, um, what happened in a traffic stop where, um, yeah, my one of my lights went out, and I just telling the officer it was working fine. It just went out, right? I said, you know, I'm going to go get it fixed. So anyway, he gives me a ticket citation, and it says, um, he told me that get it taken care of, um, and send it in with proof, which I did, and that was it. That's all. But a lot of these cops, okay, and again, when I speak the truth, I'm not speaking or saying that all cops are like this, but it's the majority. I'm gonna be honest about it. It's the majority. There are a few good cops out there, right? But the vast majority of police officers, at least in my opinion, right, 85% of the police force are corrupt. So it isn't a few bad apples. It is a whole bunch of bad apples who will corrupt the good apples, you know, as time goes by, as time goes on. And the more years they spend on the force, the good cops will eventually adapt the attitudes of the bad cops. And if they do, and those that speak out, they get the career law enforcement destroyed. Okay. And again, I'm not saying this. There's proof of that. All right. Now, again, and what the officer did, he's going to shut off his body cam or plant. Well, let me let it go. Let it play. Okay. So I want you to understand from the body cam, you see he just cut off and just went to the spot, right? On top of that, the way he positioned his body, right? You can't see what his other hands are doing. Okay. Now look. Again, unconstitutional, a violation of his rights. You cannot search an individual's vehicle, private property, without a warrant. And again, it's a traffic violation. I gave my ID card. All right, let's get the. And again, if he purchased the vehicle, he has to have a license. Okay, from a dealer, he has to have a license. All right, so um, who knows what happened? But the officer could have checked. Now listen to this. Oh come on! I hate this damn commercial. All right, I'm gonna skip this. So okay, let's go back here. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Uh, now listen. Let's see what he has in his hands. See, they're fishing, planting evidence, or try to get him to admit something that he have no idea of. All right. So you see, this officer has routinely engaged in planting evidence on motorists. Okay. They do this shit all the time. Like I said, when these higher up predators in the predator police departments allow their subordinates to engage in such behavior. All right, I'll buzz it up. Right? This is what will happen. This is the psychological conditioning that they do to a lot of police officers. And, with authority and uh, power comes corruption. All right. Okay. So, like I said, okay. So, this is what these predator officers will engage in and they will do. That's why I tell my sons, do not allow, well, they're going to search your bag anyway, but always let police know that you do not consent to any searches. And if they search your bag or your pockets, that they are violating your constitutional rights of unlegal search and seizure. Okay? Once you make them understand that, and they continue to and they search your bag, and they plant evidence in your bag, okay, that they will be held accountable for what it is that they've done, the violation of your rights, and also what the planting of any evidence on your persons or in your property or on your property. Okay, this is what they do. As I said, on your property, New York Police Predator Department using their sirens. Okay. All right. So now let's get to the targeted individual videos. Okay. All right. First video, leaving the house. In the video, targeted individual program. In individual, look at the purple over there. Purple over there, waiting for me. All right. Anyhow, let me tell you guys what happened last night. So I didn't do a video. I wanted to do a video, but I said, you know what? I'll do it today. Because again, I just want to kind of limit the kind of videos, the amount of videos I do, because of, again, YouTube still limiting my video upload, the amount of videos I can upload per day. So last night I'm in my bedroom, went into the kitchen to get something to eat, and my sister is sitting in the kitchen. Okay, so I opened the fridge, and she's like, oh, you know, there's a white container in the fridge that I bought with food, and that you can have it. All right, so I'm like, all right, fine, what have you. So I transferred the food from the container into a plate, warmed it up, and as I'm waiting for the food to warm up, she's doing that hand signal, the whole opening the palm of your hand, that sort of thing, right? So she's sitting there, you know, and she was talking about how they were feeding people, how her church was feeding people. All right, that's a good thing, you know. So it's a small church, so they're doing their thing, which is good, right? That's a good thing. Okay. So my food is finished now. I take my food out the microwave. As I'm walking out the kitchen, she stands up behind me, right? She stands up behind me. I guess she was waiting for me to finish warming up my food. Stands up behind me and start walking behind me, and I'm just like, so then I realized, yeah, this is a subliminal message. It's mind control. But when they do stuff like that, that's exactly what it's good. She could have got up and left at any time now. But like I said, they do the whole, you know, putting the palm out. You know, like I said, Pam is the first one that started doing that. She was laying next to my daughter, and as I walked in the living room, she starts singing the song, begging, begging, begging. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, that's like the homelessness theme, right? That's what they do in the coercive persuasion program. They try to manipulate you. See, look, I can't see. Right? They try to manipulate you. They engage in the subliminals. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Damn perp. Look at him. Look at him. I'll tell you. So they feel emboldened, like I said. You know, they think that, again, it wasn't a fight or flight for me. It wasn't fair. It was just disrespect that I just not going to tolerate. All right, not in that manner. And, you know, like I said, you guys see, they do the same shit over and over. That's what they do. It's always repeat. You know, the same shit over and over. So, all right, so then this morning, I'm listening to Chancellor Williams, The Destruction of Black Civilization. And I talk about certain keywords that they will use
The key word that is being said that they will use if I'm reading, they say reading out loud, reading my mind, that they will use their sirens or their horn. So he was talking about white supremacy, white power, right? And mind you, now I did not hear a car honk for an entire hour until he said the word white supremacy. I'm sorry, white power. I'm like, listen, you ain't got to tell me. I know it's white racists and these white supremacists that are engaging in war against black people and pitting us against each other, right? In order to not have us focus about the business of black people. Okay? This is again because they believe that we should be subservient to them, and you know they've economically castrated us to the point where we are a subservient class, right? And the very few black people that are able to gain any sort of economic wealth, right? They don't think about the business of black people. Yeah, 320-961. First time I'm noticing that. You guys see me walk past this all the time, so they must have just put that there, right? Or if it's there, they must have installed a new one, because I've never really seen that there. But anyhow, but yeah, so they distract us. They put us against each other. Like I said, religion is a tool in which the oppressors use against us, whether it's Christianity or Islam. They're both oppressive religion. They're not religion that's going to free your mind. Okay, the promise is to free your soul so that you don't burn in hell. But they don't talk about freeing your mind. Why? Because again, these religions are made to enslave your mind, right? To capture your mind so that you don't think. You don't be about the business of your family, your people. You're just focusing on your saved being soul. Your soul being saved in your fecal department, emergency vehicle. Right? So you gotta understand that. And they will use every measure and everything in their arsenal to manipulate us, to get rid of those within the society that they see as a threat. Right? That they can create whatever narrative. That they want me to get into the dollar man. Right? They want me to get into the dollar man. Of course, you know, the bus is going to take a long time to come. Right? You know that. That bus might be, let's see, that one over there? I might be speaking too soon. Yeah, I'm running a little bit late. I gotta go pick up a list from school. Okay? But yeah, this is what they do. Alright? And one thing we know about oppressed people and people who have been traumatized is that they themselves will become oppressive to others. Right? And this is the mindset. And because they know human psychology, particularly within us as black people, because they condition us. We go through their educational system, right? We watch their programs on television, even when the characters look like us, right? It is still there under their control, okay? And that's what I talk about. You know, BET was used in such a negative way to gain, you know, to gain the recognition. But at no point did they say, even when BET grew, at no point did they say, let me create content that is beneficial to black people and their mindset, right? Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. All right. You gotta watch your kids. You let your kids walk off like that. Walk on somebody. Come on. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, at no point did they say, "Hey, you know what? Let us stop making positive content for black people. All right, and then guess what? You know, Bob Johnson sold a company so he could become the first black billionaire, I should say. Ridiculous. He could have been a multi-billionaire if he had come. Talk to you guys in the next video.
All right. So that was just my rant, you know, just my daily analytical self talk and realization of certain things, why certain things are the way that they are. All right. So let's go to the other video.
Welcome back to a brand new video of Target Video Clothing and Experience. So, they got the Hispanic female. That's a Hispanic it's Hispanic and European, right? Like Europeans, Hispanic. But they're still Sambos and Sanditos. Staring at me. Excuse me. How do you like that? Let's see how long the next one has come. And I left the house a little late. I was debating whether I should have breakfast or not. I guess I should have just gotten the rest and left. But it should be fine. We're gonna pick this up from school. Anyhow. So yeah, so Pam texted me this morning also. Okay, and she was like, can you, I left chicken on the counter. Can you put it in the refrigerator? You changed me the fuck with the refrigerator. Like, oh, now you texting? Yeah, but again, the behavior is always the same. Like I said, the behavior is always the same. Whenever she has a day, she'll do certain things and then, won't say anything to me at all. And, again, the behavior is always the same. Then it goes back to, I'm gonna call you, let you know I'm on my way home. I'm text you, I'm on my way home, and same shit. Leading up to her date. Oh, you don't hear from her? Only text, hey, I received the package today, right? No, how are you? Anything like that? No, right. No courtesy. I said no courtesy text, no courtesy call. It's just, I got a package today. So she said. She's like, this morning. I have chicken on the table, on the counter, defrosting. You put it back in the fridge. That's it. But anyhow, like I said, the behavior doesn't. You get used to it. The behavior doesn't change when it comes to certain people. It's the way it is. Right? And instead of cleaning her house, she'd rather live in the mess, have the kids live in the mess, and once in a while she go out and she have her fun. And I'm gonna bet you that she's gonna be sick. I can bet you $1 million because again, it's always the same. Always the same. Anyhow. Yeah, as I was going to say, so yeah, I'm listening to Chancellor Williams, The Destruction of Black Civilization. Again, it's a book about black people. It's a history book, basically. It tells you the history of black people in Kemet, what happened and how black people populated the rest of Africa after going through wars, right, by the Romans, the Arabs, and so they were like, we're tired of this, So it was a mass migration into South Sudan, and all the way to back into the Great Lakes, back into South Africa. Not to say that they didn't have civilization, people, living in those areas, they weren't, but they were even a more influx when black people left Kemet, or as it was called Egypt, but when they left, okay, in mass. So this is why you see in West Africa today you have, certain, I think it was the E1B1 haplogroups, which again, look at where the majority of black Africans were taken from and enslaved, right? West Africa. Okay? So when you hear these Arabs talk about, African Americans, claiming Kemet as their ancestral civilization, it is, right? It is. You know what I'm saying? And they know it, and we know it. Okay? So, like I said, there have been black scholars, Dr. Chancellor Williams, Dr. Yusuf Ben Jackson, who've been to those areas and who've done the research. Just any archaeologist, any historian, they go, Dr. John Herbert Clark, Dr. Charles Finch, Dr. Anthony Burr, and I call him, even though he doesn't have a doctorate, but listen, that man knows more about Egypt, Kemet, Africa than most Ivy League so-called Egyptologists. Okay. Now remember, Egyptologist was created by white racist people in order to remove black people from to remove Egypt or Kemet from Africa and to claim it as a white civilization, which it's not. And they continue to keep up that lie, even the Arabs. Go after the Arabs when they talk about that's their ancestral, their ancestors. Tell them from where? Since when? Prior to the 7th century? No. After during the 7th century when the Arab Caliphate conquered Egypt. Yeah. Go ahead. No. Okay. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Your bag? Sit down. Ma'am, your bag? Oh. Thank you. The dude in the red jacket, as he walked by the bus, he had a couple of Sambinas. That's a girl. Okay, well, the dikes again, the dikes tight. Right? And they're standing up there, the two dikes. So as she walks by, there's the two Sambina women on the bus, European women, older, of course. Sticking their fingers in their ears. Alright, this is what they do. This is how you're sending me these subliminal messages. Alright, remember everything is planned and pre-planned. Alright. So, look at this shit. When I tell you how they do these things in front of me, right? They do it exactly as I am walking in the street. Okay, so we have a older female, black woman, right, who is masked up so you can't see her face, right? And again, this is purposely done. It is something that they do. Let me play it, and then I'm gonna go back and zoom in so you guys can see exactly what it is. Because this is what they do. All right? Like right on the damn street. Of course, hiding their face. I just want you guys to see the extent and what it is that they'll do. She's taking a crap.
I don't think she was taking a crap. I think she was peeing though, because you can see her wiping herself on. Hold on.
How they do these things in front of me.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. And let me zoom up. Oh, they're outside making the spitting sound. I should say they're projecting the spitting sound. Zoom in even more. I'm doing this sometimes. They're trying to grab their points. Difficult. Okay.
Right? They do it exactly as I am walking in the street.
Wait, wait, wait.
Look at this shit. When I tell you how they do these things in front of me, right? They do
Could be a dude.
it exactly as I am walking in the street because
Typing from, but you know, it could be. I didn't see any. Probably peed. I don't see any, you know, feces on the ground. But yeah, this is what they'll do.
this is what they do.
And of course, yep, right. And now look, out in the street now, out in the street. Okay.
Right? Like right on the damn street.
Shit is ridiculous. All right. But this is the type of behavior that they will engage in. This is the type of behavior. Right. It's ridiculous. But again, this is why I do what I do to show you guys that, yeah, people will engage in this sort of disgusting behavior. Right. Now, I understand if you got to go, you got to go. Right. But you can find someplace, you know, behind a car, right? In which, you know, a lot of times, you know, I've went out, I think when I was younger with women, and sometimes we're, you know, like when we go out, we're leaving a club or have you, and we're taking a walk, and somebody got to go, and they'll go in between cars, making sure nobody see, right? But she's doing it right in the open and have mask on, can't even see her face, right? Her eyes, because you know she got the hat on. Everything is, you know, to where you can't really see. Right? But it's a woman, and this is the type of behavior.
Of course, hiding their face. You know, I just want you guys to see the extent and what it is that they'll do.
Go behind the car, right? If it's a man, he gonna go to a corner somewhere, right? You know what I'm saying? Or even, like I said, in between a car. Yeah, you hear the sirens.
She's taking a crap in the street. It's a female too. pee or peed in this damn street. Right? Now you say this, why this shit always happen with Nigel? Right? Why is that these people do these things in front of him? Because again, it's all pre-planned. It is coercive persuasion programming. It is using the most vulnerable in society to engage in this sort of decrepit behavior. All right? You understand what I'm saying? Poverty leads to a lot of things. Poverty will lead to mental illness, leads to crime, and this is what they do. Like I said, go watch the video, The Rat Utopia. Right? You watch the video of The Rat Utopia, you'll see how when they did that study, they took all these rats, put them in a rat utopia, rat city as they were called, and then they slowly take away resources. And as they take away resources, the rats begin to fight for the food, for the resources, right? You see, then they started treating, they had put white rats, I think, right? And they treat those rats better, give them enough resources, and you see those rats start to, they didn't fight, but they were grooming each other. You know, they had a prideness about them. And then the other rats, they were fighting, they formed little cliques together. You know what I'm saying? You know, so again, like I said, it's a reason why they test a lot of drugs, developing drugs on mice, right? Because even though we're different species, we do have certain things in common, right? Remember, life started out as a single source, and from that single source, it was branched out to different species. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I got here a little early. Anyway, see, you're supposed to see the NYPD show up here. You know, car number 5144. Right? But anyhow, as I was saying, so you know, this is what they do. This is what they do, and this is how they condition us as black people. You know, it's one of the ways, I should say. You know, they do a multiple amount of ways in terms of, particularly when you're living in liberal cities where they promote things like you know, homosexuality, lesbianism, and again, it's you know, like I said, I have nothing wrong with people who are that way, but I know that the huge increase in black men, young black men and women identifying as such, it is an act that is perpetrated on us. It is a program that is being run on us, right? And if you're not wise enough to understand that, because you're ignorant, then that's on you. Look, cities pass by with the orange shirt, look, they're going to drive off. Right?
That's on you. Sometimes I say certain things, and you know, but I understand what I'm trying to say is that because we as black people are ignorant of the war that is waged by white supremacy and white supremacists on us, right? And we don't understand the the totality of the different kind of warfare, you know, and we are distracted. We are distracted with uh, feel good things, right? That's why politicians come into the black community and black people, they'll come to black people and say things that make you feel good, right? And we love that, and particularly black women, they love to hear things that makes them feel good. It is trying to have a people in a constant state of happiness, which leads to what? To control, to manipulation, to make you ignore the reality. Because once you get a little dose of the reality, if you're happy all the time, it's a crushing thing to feel. And so they don't ever want to feel that way. So condition people in society, particularly black people and particularly black women, to they always say to them, oh, you know, I just want to be happy and such, right? But life isn't all about being happy. We have different range of emotions. You know, things happen, and we feel sad, and it's okay to feel sad. Okay, but it's as long as it's not to the extreme. right? Which will cause uh, self detriment and the detriment of people around you and others, right? So you can get angry because you have that's part of your emotions. You can get jealous because that's part of your emotions. You can cry. That's part of your emotion. You can be happy. That's part of your emotion. You can be sad. That's part of your emotion. You can be nervous, right? All these things, having anxiety, that's all part of our emotional makeup. And it's okay. What people are not taught is how to handle those emotions effectively and in a way in which will um, not affect them uh, in a negatively extreme way. Right?
Do you see that? They were waiting. They were waiting. And of course, it's cold outside, 42 degrees outside. And
Right. I missed that part there. Hold up.
right? And if you're not wise enough to understand that, because you're ignorant.
Okay. So you see this guy walk past with a orange shirt on. It was very quick.
Understand that because you're ignorant.
Right here. Red. It was yeah, it looks orange, yellow, what have you. And so he's wearing no coat. Now it's 40 something, low 40s outside. Now I can understand if you're a white person. I see white people do that shit all the time. They come outside in shorts and a t-shirt in the winter, right? You all see black people doing that, okay? Because again, this is a sure way to get sick. You get a cold, you know, you even catch pneumonia, okay? So as soon as he passes me by,
And then that's on you. Look, city's passed by with the orange shirt. Look, they're going to drive off. Right? You see that? They were waiting. They were waiting. And of course, it's cold outside, 42 degrees outside. And he's out here with no, again, no coat on, right? He's outside. He's walking outside here with no coat on. Again, I just want you guys to see that it is perpetrated, right? And then of course they flashing their blue lights, right? So, like I said, it is perpetrated, it is planned, it is coordinated, and like I said, I'm going to always expose them. That's what I'm going to do. Always expose them. So yeah. All right.
okay, also, so this dude over here, he's behind this black vehicle across the street, right? He walked by with a blue folder in his hand.
So now the blue lights, see the guy across the street walking across the street, the blue folder in his hands. Right? Is again using color psychology, color warfare. Okay? This is what they do. Where are these kids at?
Yeah, legally had to wait for
What time is it?
almost 5 minutes.
Okay, it's 5 after 2. Alright, well, we'll see. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.
Okay, so um, let's play this video.
Alright, so
Okay, that's not it.
11:32. As soon as I walk my daughter across the street, right, and then as I start recording, look, he gets up and he walks into the barber shop. Right, looking at the vehicle with the license plate HDS 1132. All right. Hold on a second.
So what they do is called a sneak attack. Usually they know when I have my daughter, I'm not recording. So as soon as I was walking across the street, there was a gray SUV with that license plate number that turned the corner. Then I took up my phone to record one of the barbers in the barber shop. Uh, you know, I was wearing, Christian. Of course, we've had debates about God and Jesus and all this stuff. So they they'll constantly use those Christians or those people who believe in God and Jesus to engage in targeting. They always recruit them, right? That's what it is that they do, right?
Yes, Kings, respect.
Now that's not the barber who I usually have once in a while have a conversation with, right? They'll recruit others to engage in talking, and I always pay my respect to everyone, all the barbers there, even the patrons that's there also.
All right. Yeah, talk about how they. Okay. All right. So I had to just pause the video a little bit there. Blue car. Again, followed after the vehicle.
As I was, I had paused the video. The gray vehicle made the right turn, going onto that street, followed behind the blue vehicle. Okay.
The gray SUV, right? So anyway, I get into. I'm waiting for my daughter, and I noticed that she isn't coming out. So I saw her teacher. Her teacher was like, she's coming down with some other girls. And then a few minutes later, they said that she's in the main office. I'm like, what do you mean she's in the main office? So okay, so I went in there to see what's going on. And there's a form they wanted me to sign, right? And I told them, I said, her mother's going to sign it, not me, right? It's an income thing, income whatever. And I'm like, okay, your mother's going to sign. But they do this a lot. And what they try to engage in is the whole family thing, right? They try to bribe you, if you be quiet, don't say anything, we're going to keep your family intact, right? First of all, my family is not Pam and the kids. My children is my family. Pam is not my family, okay? And again, I have my own family, my blood family, right? Yeah, the fire truck's coming out. Yeah, the fire truck's coming out. Welcome behind me, lady. Yeah, the fire truck coming out. Yeah, because I just spilled the beans. Oh, they were waiting there. They were waiting to see. Look at her. Standing behind me. And look. As soon as the fire truck started making the noise, she got the what do you call it? The file folder in her hands. It's always like, oh, we got a file on you, bullshit, right?
As the fire truck was making the noise, attacking me with the noise attack, they sent her to stand up behind me. So when I turned around to record the fire truck, she was directly behind me. That's why I moved to the side. Then I turned back around. What did she do? Goes in front of me and stands up there. So when I turn around, I'll see her. Right? This is what they do.
Right? Yeah. All right. You got to follow me. Yeah. 99% of it is lies of that shit that you made up, or they made up, and they orchestrated. So anyhow, so going to the office, I told myself, okay, I'll take the sign and have her mother sign it. So we're coming outside. My daughter said to me, "Daddy, you like my outfit?" I had just bought her some outfits, right? And she says to me, and then she zip up her, because she's wearing a velour sweatsuit, that I just bought for her. And she opens up her sweatsuit and then she pulled back to her chest. And I'm like, what are you doing? I said, what are you doing? I said, close up your jacket. And she says to me, oh, I just want to show you that I'm wearing my shirt. I'm like, what, your school shirt? I'm like, okay, listen, Ann. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ann, no need for you to do that. But again, it is.
Right? There's many outfits that I bought her, and she's never done that. But that's the whole purpose of them engaging in that subliminal message. Again, everything is pre-planned. Sending her to the main office so I can, when they could have just given her the form to take home. Right? They could have just given her the form to take home. And here, your personal apartment. Right? But no, they want to engage in what? Psychological manipulation, covert and coercive manipulation.
Preconditioned in her mind to do these things. When I talk about how they set these things up, it is orchestrated. That's what they do. And the minute I start talking about it, that's where you hear the fire trucks, right? Because you can have me under surveillance, listen to my conversation through my phone and through the BCI, right? They will engage in that sort of always using the fire trucks, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, you know, trying to put out that fire in me, right? Exposing them. It's not gonna happen though. Not gonna happen. So yeah, so they start to engage in this sort of, you know, again, manipulative tactics, psychological abuse, right? Physical abuse, right? Violation of your rights, your privacy, illegal experimenting on you, illegally implanting a foreign device in your body, your mind, your brain, I should say, right? The intellectual theft of your sovereign property, which is your mind, the manipulation of your mind, right? It's about control, and it's about feeding the slaves, not the slaves, but feeding the, well, I guess they are slaves, feeding the fanatical religious slaves, the sheeps, into believing that this is some act of God, and it's not. When you study these programs, you get to understand how to do these things. The use of military tactics to engage in psychological covert warfare and covert warfare, cognitive warfare, and neurocognitive warfare. You get to understand what it is that they do, right? And you.
I just got a text from Pam. You know, I swear sometimes she thinks that, you know, I work for her, right? You know, now she's texting me, leaving work, heading to Food Bazaar. Can you please make sure Alyssa's ready for gymnastics? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I know she has gymnastics. So why she's acting like this, right? Why she's acting like this? But again, it's her feeling that they have her believing that she's in control, that she can control me. Nope. Doesn't work that way.
You will be affected by it, okay? You will be affected by it. Make no mistakes about it. So this is what they do. And this is what, again, pitting black people against each other and using religion as a dividing tool, right? Using Jesus. That's why, like I said, black women are the biggest believers in Christianity, you know, the biggest believers in Jesus, but have the highest negative outcome in terms of health disparities, right? Having the lowest, also into having being paid the lowest,
And also be
right? And again,
these white supremacists, white corporations, right, who use terms like black girl magic, our what is it? Black girl magic, our prophets. Okay, they write articles like that and feeding black women a lot of nonsense, right? Making them egotistical, making them masculine, so they can profit off of them, right? Meanwhile, the vast majority of black women are not financially reaping the benefits, whether it be through education, whether it be through social media, okay, whether it be through these entrepreneurships, right? But imagine conditioning a whole group of people within a society to believe some things while ignoring the reality, while ignoring the negative outcome, while conditioning them to be impulsive, to be highly um, materialistic, to the point they all want to have a luxury lifestyle. They all want to uh, have a man making over six figures when there's only a small percentage of people, men and women. I mean, more men makes over six figures than women, but still, just a small percentage. There is a man making that amount of money in terms of their salary for all the women who say that's what they want in a man, and that's the majority of them. Okay.
you know, while they're promoting family within the white community, Hispanic community, and they're promoting separation and division, singleness, and selfishness within the black community, particularly within black women. Right? The destruction of the black family was done through black women, and they have yet to understand it's not black men, it's through black women. All right, talk to you guys in the next video.
Okay, let's go on to the next video.
All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Second One Experience. You get the New York Predator Department using their sirens. Why? Because again, just to show you guys that what is I'm talking about, that again, this is what she does. She'll go out, sleep all day, have the kids sleep all day. Meanwhile, while she's out all day, okay, till late at night, this is what happens. Now this is from Saturday, and this is from yesterday, Sunday. My daughter had breakfast, left the breakfast right there on her computer desk, even though I told her many times not to eat and drink on her computer desk. Left a bottle of water unopened. Again, she left her glasses, right? This is what I'm talking about. Good love that. There you go. Okay? So not this. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry for the chest here and there. You know, let me switch. I forgot I just had on my tank top. I took off my shirt. But yeah, and then come and what happens? Actually, let me pour this out again.
So again, dishes in the sink, right?
Dishes for me to wash. Okay, dishes for me to wash every night when I'm here. When I leave here, I always wash the dishes. Even when I stay here, I wash the dishes at night before going to bed, right? So the sink is never full of dishes. When I leave, the sink is never full of dishes. When I spend the night, if I go to bed, I do this. That's not what she does. Instead of emptying the food in the garbage, food is in the sink. Okay. And it is ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. It's absurd, and I'm just tired of talking about it.
Like this,
right? And so again, when I say tired of talking about it, means tired of having to explain what happens, right? But I do it because again, it is something that needs to be done. Okay. So this is what she does. She can spend. I tell her, if you spend on the weekend, you spend 2 hours each day cleaning, going through stuff, putting stuff aside, and then, you ain't got to do during the week. But it's impossible for her to do because, again, this is something that she cannot change within herself, and it is just the way it is. She will not adjust her mind. She will not get therapy that I've recommended for her many times.
and I talked about.
But hey, it is what it is. With all this stuff. All right, ridiculous.
And I talked about this before, psychotherapy. Even when I was reading the other video I did that explained the personality types, the narcissist, the sociopath, psychopath, the dog tribe personality traits. What did they say? For narcissists, right? For people who are narcissistic, what? Psychotherapy, which involves what? Talk therapy, right? Which involve doing things as part of your therapy, okay? And making a commitment to doing those things so you can have a better mental health, so you can have a better outcome in certain areas of your life, right? And so when you have people who have certain type of personality, they can't do certain things, right? That means that they are on the higher of the narcissistic scale, where they lack the inability within themselves, even with therapy, to change certain aspects about their personality, negative aspects, I should say. All right. To have a better outcome, to have a better mindset, it is impossible for them, even with medication, because they just, they can't do it. And they can be very brilliant people, I should say, very smart people, not brilliant, but very smart people. Well, I could say brilliant, but not intelligent, I should say. People, they can be high functioning and low functioning at the same time at their job, so they can be excellent at what they do. But when you look at their surrounding at the job, do they have their desk clean? Do they have their paperwork organized? That sort of thing. But they can remember things. They can do things, right? They can do the job, right? Others, they're high functioning at the job, low functioning within outside the workplace, within the society, within the social life, right? And this is what is happening. This is why, again, when I talk about how we are conditioned within this society, I make no mistake about it. It is a conditioning. There are people who are in positions of power and authority that shapes how society behave, what society believes in, okay? Also what society thinks, right? And these people, and it's perfectly okay for them to do this. They call nudging society to shape society in their image, okay? Remember that. Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video. I don't have my my stream deck, so got to use these buttons on the program.